What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twig and Magic Tabletop. Your host here, Brandon. What up? All that nonsense. Today, we are going to be talking about basing. Basing is one of the most important things that you will need to learn when you are army painting. Why do I say that? Basing is probably going to draw attention before your actual model does. A model base from a distance is actually a little bit larger than your actual model. So 9 times out of 10, that's probably going to be one of the things that people see first. I've noticed in a lot of competitions that if your base is really simple and you have a great paint job, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to win. Because, yeah, you want a simple base, but you also want a base that grabs people's attention. That says, ooh, what's that over there? Ooh, what's that right there? Ooh, piece of candy. You want a base that grabs people's attention. You want a base that coordinates with your model pretty well. This is why I say it's probably one of the most important things that you do. So with that, in my last video, I won a combat patrol for World Eater. So the first thing that I'm going to do for that combat patrol is make the bases. That is always the first thing that you want to do. So let's dive right in and I can show you how it's done.
Okay, y'all, this is going to be a bit of a shorter video, but this is the ultimate goal that I'm going for my bases. I figure, they're world eaters. I think the realm of the warp that they exist in feels like hell. So I'm going to make the bases look like they're arriving from hell. This is the crackle medium that I use from folk art. I think that this is an important aspect. I think that there's other ways to use it, but this is what I'm doing for this video. I start off by blocking all the colors that I want to use for the lava. I think that I should have used a warmer yellow rather than this pale yellow that I have, because as you'll see later on in the video, when I start trying to blend the colors in, it makes the red a little bit more pink than it does orange. But that's not that big a deal because I kind of fix it all when it's all said and done. I'm using a stippling brush. I cover it in paint and I kind of do a wet blending type of stippling technique, even though my yellow dried faster than I expected. So yeah, I go back over it several times. So now that I have my colors blocked in, I did go back over it and add a little bit more yellow to it, but I take a dry brush, my smallest dry brush, and I begin to actually dry brush like a dry brush stipple type of technique that I keep going over with each one of my bases until I get more of a blended line. I didn't mind the hard lines because realistically speaking it's going to get covered up anyway, but I didn't want any of those hard lines to appear through any of the cracks or anything like that, so I just blended them out just a little bit so that I have smoother transitions under the crackle effect. Next, I take a really large synthetic flat brush and I apply my crackle medium. As the crackle medium dries, you'll notice that it is going to have more of a satin finish or a gloss finish. Don't worry about that because when I go over the top of the rest of the models with my contrasting color, it will cover it all up anyway. So I did watch a YouTube video on how this crackle medium works, and one of the suggestions that was made was not to let the crackle medium completely dry because the medium doesn't crackle as well. So I did that. I let it dry for about 30 minutes. I came back over it with a dryer just to get rid of some of the pools of crackle medium that I left, and then I painted over top of it. Now I did use really thick coats of crackle medium as well as paint, because the thicker the coats that you use, the more of a crackle that you will get. And I pretty much did this to every single one of the bases, and that's all there is to it. It's a short, sweet, and simple technique. And as you can see, this is how they all dried. I let them dry completely for a couple of hours, and this was the effect that they all gave. If you like this type of content and want to see more, please hit that like button, subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys next time. And remember, put a little magic in everything you do.
Anyways, you want a base that actually looks good, that grabs... Ooh, I burped. I'm pretty sure you heard that.